This is KC Tunes N Brews. Local beer, local coffee, and local music. From the City of Fountains, I'm your host, Adam Bartling. KC Tunes N Brews, episode number 3. We're finally got everything lined out here. Ready to do the episode. It's been kind of nice though, because we've had some bonding time, and
Yep.
I'm here with my first musician on the show, and thanks a lot for volunteering to do so, Mr. Heath Church from Lee Summit, Missouri.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be awesome.
We're going to have you on here maybe to just talk about your music and jam some songs out. And we to tie in to make everything consistent with the topic of the title of the podcast. We went and picked up some beer and tried to keep it local. And so we're sipping on that here. We got some video cameras rolling for this session. We're hoping that maybe the whole podcast thing, when we have live music, will be up on the YouTube channel that doesn't exist yet, but hopefully by the time this airs, we will. So,
that's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to see the video on there as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. So Heath, introduce yourself and talk about why you're a musician and what music does for you, and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. So I grew up in Blue Springs. I lived there all of my childhood. And how I got into music, well, my mom was always really big into music. And when I was really little, I think 7 or 8 years old, she forced me to take piano lessons against my will. And
were you screaming?
I was not excited,
saying no,
to say the least. Like it wasn't the worst thing ever. I just didn't like. From the very start, I wasn't that into learning other people's music as part of it. So like my piano teacher would get onto me because I would be like messing around, and she's like, "No, we need to focus and like play this piece of music."
So you were just like doing something by ear, just kind of jamming on the piano, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Piano was never. I really liked piano, but I don't know. I got a little bit burnt out on it, I think, starting off. I mean, that's true of any instrument, I guess, that you don't fully learn all the way. But one way or another, my parents got me a guitar for Christmas. And I got it, and I was like, okay, this is awesome. And then I kind of put it in my closet and didn't really mess with it.
How much dust did it collect? Did it serve a purpose there?
A good amount.
Yeah.
A good amount.
Did you have to like kind of tap on it, and the dust flew up in your face?
And it was like, it wasn't a nice guitar. It was like one of those starter guitars, like
a first act or something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like a Squire.
With
or
like
something like that.
Some snappy like nylon strings or something that just
some like cheap strap that works like one time and you put it on and it just breaks.
Yeah, well, that's cool. So anyway, you eventually, it sounds like at one point though, you finally grabbed either that guitar out or you've got a different guitar because you're still doing music now. You're how old?
I am 25 now.
Yeah,
so sounds crazy.
Some time has passed there, so you picked it up somewhere.
I picked it up one summer. And I kind of started messing around with the notes, and it just felt really good. And I didn't know, I didn't fully know why. I was like, I don't know why, but something about this just feels really right. And I kept writing these little songs, which I'm sure were torture for my family to have to listen to over and over and over again. Like, probably.
Do you play any of those still?
I don't, but I have some old recordings actually that I've kept.
That would be fun to listen to.
They are, like, whenever I go back, man, it's so cringy, but it brings you back to your roots.
It kind of makes you, it's kind of a rewarding thing because you look back at, like, where you started at, and then you realize that, wow, I've come to this certain stage in my life where I'm playing songs like this, and it's fun to listen to your beginnings for sure. So it's good that you had that stuff on recording. Yeah,
it feels good. I think, a lot of people look back and they're like, where would childhood me be, if they had it their way? And yeah, I'm pretty happy that I'm still doing music. I think 13-year-old Heath would be proud.
Yeah. Well, we're all proud of you, and I'm happy that we had the chance to meet you. I think the first show that I ever saw you play, you had your looper pedal set up, and you were like doing some kind of like reverse loop or something through it, and it was just like, what is this guy even doing? This is different. I've never seen this live, and it's very interesting. So I associate you with like the looper guy in my mind.
That's so funny. I actually don't normally play with the looper. I remember that day that I was just kind of like, I was soloing a little bit and I was just kind of messing around. Looper pedals are awesome though, because like if your audience doesn't know you have one and you wait till like halfway through the show and then you just like lay down an awesome loop, then out of nowhere everyone's like, where are his hands? He's not playing. You know?
Yeah, I know, and that's for people who don't like even know what's on your floorboard, which a lot of people don't. I mean, they're just there for the show.
Yeah,
they have no idea how that stuff's happening. So it's like it's a trip for everyone, man. Even if you do know, it's a trip because I'm kind of like, and I'm not saying I know. I'm just saying I know you had a looper pedal, but I've never seen it reversed live, and I was just like, what in the world? So it definitely has some talent. I mean, you figured out a way to stay in tempo with yourself. I'm scared to use a looper for anything because I feel like I'm going to fall off time.
Well, I'm kind of the same way. I really don't touch it too much. I don't use it a ton, but I'd like to get more into it. I think it's an awesome little piece of gear to have. If you're a solo artist like me, then it opens up a lot of like possibilities for your music because you can solo over yourself, and especially with street performance, which is one thing that I'm looking at getting into more.
Well, I noticed we both were at the Inglewood Art. I'm sorry, I butchered the name. I've only been there. I heard of it. The
Inglewood Row.
Inglewood Row. Yeah. So that's also down in Inglewood District, obviously, hence the name, right by Inkwell Cafe.
Yeah,
it's a big art space, and we did a show down there that Heath invited me out to, and it was a great time. With one of your buddies, Eric
Pearson. Yeah. He's from the Erman Pearson duo.
Which sounds like the duo is just now him now.
Which is no more. Now it's just Eric J.
And I think that I've been talking to him a little bit. I think I might get him on here.
He'd love it. Yeah, that'd be great.
We're going to do that with him as well. But anyway, I got distracted. What I was trying to say was that you had this little battery-powered amp that you had out on your sidewalk that you played the show with that night. That you kind of again. You surprised me with the looper pedal the first night, and then the night of that show, I had no idea you had the amp there. And the next thing I know, the whole show is moving outside, and we're sitting on the sidewalk, and it's amplified. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I recently picked it up. So yeah, it's a battery-powered Roland, but I'm hoping to get more into street performance actually, just because it's really fun to kind of play for strangers. I think it's actually a little bit more intimidating to play for people you know. So street performing sounds an awesome way to make a little bit extra money and to play for people.
Smart, man.
So yeah, hoping to get more into that.
And especially like if you're battery powered and amplified, people are gonna hear you from a block away or so.
It gets pretty loud.
Yeah.
Like I'm really happy with it so far.
Yeah.
I'm looking to get more into that.
Well, man, talk a little bit about yourself. All your albums are self-produced, right?
Yeah.
You have 3 out?
I've recorded several. Some of them I've as I've made more new material, I've kind of taken some of my older ones offline to make new for my newer stuff. Because I want, like, when people very first hear my music, I want them to hear, like the latest stuff.
Of course, and you get better and better over time.
Yeah,
right?
Some of my older stuff was like, it was recorded in like my dorm room, and I mean it's not bad, but it's just not.
It's almost like like how Facebook shares memories of stuff that you posted like 5 years ago. It's like if you hear, for me, I'm always embarrassed if I see stuff from 5 years ago that I posted. So it's the same with like music that I've made 5 years ago or any production type of stuff. And so I feel the same way that you do about that. So, but the albums that I've heard that you do have on Spotify, it's on Spotify everywhere, right? I mean, it's available everywhere.
Spotify, I just go through a music distributor, and it goes out to like Apple Music, iTunes, all that. So
yeah, so people out there, check out Heath Church. Is it under?
It's just under Heath Church. If you look me up on Spotify, it's just Heath Church.
Okay.
I've also got a website, heathchurchmusic.com.
It's a great website too. And that's another thing. You did the website yourself, correct?
Yeah, so I was a web design minor in college with a MIS major. I was always kind of a nerdy kid, so I'm really into
it's paying off for you,
technology.
Man.
Yeah, it's fun.
I mean, you can make your music, then you can tie it. You can market your own music. I mean, you're a one-stop shop for yourself, so that's great. So the albums, What are the titles of those?
So right now I have 2 albums out. There's The Beautiful Things That Haunt Us, and that's my earlier album. And then my more recent album was an EP, and it's called The Things I've Tried. And it's the one that I feel best about. And it's not, it's not very long, but it's more of the folk sound. There's more finger picking. I think I was a little bit more developed in my guitar playing on that one. And I had a much better recording space. So I actually finished college, moved into my apartment. I have like a whole second bedroom that I just, just full with all my music stuff. And I have soundproofing and got better mics than before. So,
well, your stuff sounds great. So you definitely are doing a great job with that.
Thanks, buddy.
So actually, speaking of music, what I'd like to do, if you're down, we're set up for it, man.
Yeah.
I would hate to waste all the sound checking that we did prior to this. But let's
it sounds awesome, by the way.
Oh, good. Yeah.
This is a really cool setup if you guys haven't seen it. So Adam does a recording studio in his basement, and they just moved here not long ago. And he's been doing some recording down here, and it's awesome. So definitely check Razor Tone Projections.
It's Razor Tone Recording Company now.
Razor Tone Recording Company. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and it you can look up other stuff from the past. It's kind of one of those things too where I have all these older recordings up that I just like
you're like sentimental about it, but like
it's not the fault of the artist at all. It's the fault of the producer, and that was my, there's just so many things that, and I think that's just an artist in general.
Yeah.
Anyone who's involved in any type of art probably will look back on stuff, and so I'm just like I'm cringy about some of that older stuff. But anyway,
same way with me.
I'm kind of rebranding now and hoping I can get things turned around here and can't, because we're here to stay. I mean, we bought this house. We're going to be here a while, and I just really want to meet as many people as possible, and that's kind of why I'm doing this podcast too. So. But yeah, man, let's set up, or let's play.
Whoops.
We already set up and we already mic'd up and we already ran sound check like 4 or 5 times and so we're ready to play.
Awesome.
And feel free to like explain your songs and what they mean to you, just like if you're playing. I mean, that's important.
Yeah. So this first song is one that I wrote. This is my latest single. It's called Breaking Even. And yeah, the song, I mean, it's about a lot of things. It's kind of hard to break it down because I feel like I touch on a lot of topics in my music, but this song is mainly about the temporary nature of relationships in our life. And like, I mean, as I'm getting older, I know it's one thing that kind of hits you is like, wow, the relationships you have, they don't last forever. And you just got to appreciate every one of them for what they are. And hopefully look back with fond memories on them, even if they don't last forever. So that's why I wrote this one. This one's called Breaking Even. I left home just 4 weeks ago, but my heart's been lonesome since 10 years old. Just last week I heard you found someone new, and I won't lie, the pain it cut right through. Maybe it's love or maybe something else. Maybe that's why your picture's still on the shelf. Sometimes love means breaking even, and the hardest part is always leaving. I did the right thing, but it wasn't easy, no. Sometimes love means breaking even, yeah. Sometimes love means breaking even. It's kinda strange, the things she left in my head, that the little phrases and the jokes she said. Everything feels so surreal right now, like the smiling faces that I see around town. Maybe it's pain or maybe something else. Maybe that's why I'm still all by myself. Sometimes love means breaking even, and the hardest part is always leaving. I did the right thing, but it was was uneasy. No, sometimes love means breaking even. We stack our cards and then we watch them fall. Sometimes it feels like I lost it all. Some nights I wake up and I call out a name. Sometimes it feels like I'm going insane. Why is it so easy for the ones we love most to fade into shadows and turn into ghosts? We light fires and then we watch them burn. Sometimes it feels like we'll never learn. Some nights I wake up and I stand in the mirror. Sometimes it feels like you're still here. Why is it so easy for the ones we love most to fade into shadows and turn into ghosts? Sometimes love means breaking even, and the hardest part is always leaving. I did the right thing, but it wasn't easy. No, sometimes love means breaking even. Sometimes love means breaking even. Sometimes love means breaking even.
That is Heath Church.
Thanks.
The very first song recorded live on KC Tunes N Brews.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, man. I'm excited.
It's very
to be on this
intimate in here.
podcast. I'm
Yeah.
at the very beginning of the podcast, so this is exciting.
Yeah, man, I really am thankful for some of the responses that I've received already for it. It's just kind of an idea that I've had on my mind for a long, long time, and I just finally one day decided, okay, I'm going to sit down and just finally act on these ideas. So I just hope that
What was the thing that like pushed you to, like, what was like
is this a
the
review?
final straw that made you decide, okay, I'm going to go out and I'm actually going to do this?
That's a great question. I don't know. I just decided I couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah, it
That's
just
really what
like
it
builds
just felt
up long
like,
enough,
yeah.
and then you're like, okay.
I have all this I have everything here at my disposal to make it happen, and all I do is I walk by it every day, right? And I'm just like, I could make a podcast every single day for like a couple years, and then finally I'm like, all right, I'm hitting record today. I'm doing it today, and I'm going to see what happens.
Man, can I relate to that? Like whenever you like record yourself and stuff, oh man, there's like so much you got to do, and so
Yeah, we talked
you'll be
about
like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this.
Even
And
this session tonight, we had to move. Normally, there's a drum set sitting right here where you're sitting, and we had to move. I had to move the drums out of the way, take all these mics out of here, and just for this 45-minute to an hour session, and it's just like, and then to get these cameras up and going, it takes a lot of effort, man.
yeah,
Especially when you work and everything, it's hard to do. So
it's nice though. It's very cozy. It's very intimate. I don't know if you guys know this, but Adam has some incense burning in the background.
yep, you can't smell that through the microphones, unfortunately. But I don't.
Sorry, guys. It's very sweet. I don't know how you would describe the smell.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't come like labeled really, so they were just a bunch of random ones that I grabbed.
Sort of a woodland air about it.
That's a perfect description. It's nice to add some smell to the room via audio. Thank you for that description, Mr. Church. I'm going to touch on the brews section for just a brief minute, then we're going to go to another song of yours. But
Let's do it.
we went to Hy-Vee because I like how they can do the whole the mixed 6-pack thing there, and I wanted to just kind of get some local beers. So we went, and I got this IPA from Crane Brewing, which I've heard a lot about in Raytown. There was another podcast called the KC Social that I got into, and if you haven't heard that and you're into beer, you should check that one out. It's really good. It's really fun to listen to. But this one is the Farmhouse IPA from Crane Brewing, and Heath got Boulevard, the
Good old
Oktoberfest.
Boulevard. You can't go wrong with Boulevard.
Never.
Man, my go-to drink is Boulevard Wheat for sure.
Boulevard Wheat. That's everyone likes that one, sounds like. Every time I would get a wheat or something, even around new people that I've met here, they'd be like, oh, you got the wheat? Yeah, good choice, man, good choice. So
there's also, Tank 7 is amazing too. I also like, one of my favorite ones that I don't feel like gets as much attention is 80 Acre. I don't know if you've had that one, but it's really good. It's a little bit more like tropical, but
I don't know. I don't know if I've had that one or not for sure. So
really hoppy.
So it's IPA-ish. I don't know if it is.
Yeah, I don't know if
my
it's
phone
like
is using
IP or not.
Video, so I can't look it up.
Oh, I got. Yeah, no, it's like really hoppy, but it also I don't know. It tastes really good. It's like refreshing. It's not overly sweet. It's not overly bitter like a stout. So it's just a really good,
cool,
crisp.
I'll have to try
beer.
that one out. The other ones that we picked up, by the way, I'm just going to pull this up. We got this Public House Marsden style lager from, oh my goodness,
that's the one from
St. James, Missouri.
Yeah, St. James
Public House, and I haven't heard of that one. So, and then this one from Boulevard that I want to try is the Milk Stout, the Tough Kitty. I don't know how long that one has been out, but I've never seen it before. Tonight I picked that one up. And then we got back to Crane Brewing. This one it's got an anchor. The Raytown Common. It's an American ale. 5.6% alcohol by volume.
Very nice, very nice.
Very nice. And then it looks like Heath got the same one that I got, the Tough Kitty Milk Stout.
Yeah, I also got the Tough Kitty.
And I love milk stouts, so I'm excited to try that one. I'll probably try that one next. What about you, man? Do you want to go to another song?
Sure.
I want to get as much music in as we can here.
Yeah, definitely. I'll take a little sip of my beer real fast. Yeah. This is too good.
Get those vocal cords all warmed up, yeah.
Get my vocals all brewed up.
Yeah. In the meantime, if you like this podcast, please check out the Facebook page. It's facebook.com/KC Tunes N Brews. And this podcast is available on iTunes as well. If you're listening on iTunes, then you obviously already know that right now. But check it out there. Subscribe. Spread the word. The goal here is to unite musicians and brewers and coffee people. And it seems like all those things go hand in hand. I mean, a lot of shows with independent artists are in either coffee shops or breweries or a bar or something, so seems like they're very tied together. Okay, I'll shut up. Heath, please explain and play another song for us.
All right. This song is called All Messed Up, and this one I actually have not even recorded yet, so I'm going to be performing it tomorrow night at Homer's Coffee House in Overland Park. So I'm looking forward to that. Explanation for this one. This one is it's a little bit more tricky to describe. It takes you kind of through the whole process of like getting really hooked on someone, and then what you're left with afterwards too. So I don't know. I'm not good at. The funny thing about music is I was never great at I don't feel like I was ever great at describing my songs to my own satisfaction, because that's why I wrote the song. So the song is a much better description of itself than me talking about it. So I'll go ahead and play that. It's called All Messed Up. Bear with me because it is brand new. So here we go. In trouble when you looked at me, we could feel it in the air, it was electricity. You got me all messed up, got me all messed up, you got me messed up on you. Well, I like the way that you speak to me, we barely need words, we got telepathy. You got me all messed up, got me all messed up, got me all messed up on you. messed up. You got me messed up. You got me messed up on you. I'm all messed up. I'm all messed up. I'm all messed up on you. Well, you made me feel like a long lost friend, staying up late and talking hours on end. You got me messed up. You got me all messed up. All messed up on you. It was still as we said our goodbyes. We packed up our memories of our good times. You got me messed up. You got me messed up. You got me all messed up on you. You got me all messed up. You got me all messed up. You got me messed up on you. Got me all messed up. Got me all messed up. All messed up on you. But it's not hard to fall in love, but in the end I always get messed up. Got me all messed up. Messed up on you. The daylight comes and brings new fears, when just last night I held you near. You got me all messed up. All messed up on you. But now my brain plays static on channel 10. On 11 I see silhouettes and mannequins. Got me all messed up. All messed up on you. But I'm so glad that we crossed paths. Even though we lost against the hourglass. You got me all messed up. Messed up on you. You got me all messed up. You got me all messed up. You got me all messed up on you. Got me all messed up. I'm all messed up. All messed up on you.
Heath Church, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, sir.
Of course.
Awesome as usual. Can I make a request? Is
Yeah,
that allowed
sure.
on this show?
As long as it's not a cover.
No, it's not a cover.
Okay, good.
I don't want to get sued.
I'm not
No.
a big cover guy.
Just kidding.
Like, I feel like people want me to do more covers, and I probably should learn them in all honesty, but
I have a hard time doing covers too. I mean, I'm not an active musician like you are. I do it once in a while, but covers just aren't. I'd rather just write and record music and
yeah, you can still relate. You played plenty, yeah.
yeah, it's hard. I'd rather spend my time with music creating, and that's just me.
That's
I mean,
me
other
too.
people are different. That's fine, but I think you're doing just fine. Is my point here. I don't think you should listen to those people. Keep writing music, Mr. Church, and
Thanks,
and
buddy.
keep us happy. My request for you though is Kansas City Train, because it ties
Oh
in
yeah, that's a good one.
ties in perfectly with this local music that we're talking about.
Yeah, for
Would you
sure.
mind playing that for
Yeah, definitely.
me/us?
This is a really fun one to play. I wrote this song because I say this a lot, but there's like Kansas City is such an awesome place, and there's like 3 songs about Kansas City. Like, there's not a whole lot in music. You kind of have to dig deep, and there's you know, the famous one is, you know, I'm going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. Yeah, that's,
like an
that's
old-
the big one.
That's an old,
But it's
old
like
one.
it's
huh?
so old. Like, we need more music about Kansas City, and our music scene, you know, is finally coming up. You know, our downtown is finally getting busier. We got a streetcar.
I love the streetcar.
Yeah,
It's fun. I mean, you can go anywhere you want. Basically down Main Street, and I didn't know anything about the streetcar until actually the very first day that I decided that I was going to do the podcast. It goes back to what we were talking about. Is I decided to go to Kansas City and spend an entire day just roaming around the city to get a feel for it, and that's when I discovered the streetcar, and I was like, geez, you know, there's a like public transportation line right here, and I never even knew that. And
they're expanding
awesome.
it now too. I don't know if you heard. It's
cool.
going all the way to like UMKC now. So
oh wow,
it'll go from UMKC all the way down to the River Market, which is a lot further than what it was before.
Yeah, River Market is super cool too.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
good performers there too.
Really, yeah, that'd be a good place for you to go and set up your live amp and all that.
Make
and
some coins.
Make some coin.
Cool.
All right, let's do it. Kansas City Train.
All right, this Kansas City Train. This one even mentions barbecue, so you gotta love it. My mind keeps a-yelling and I'm all stressed out. My eyes keep crying and they won't slow down. My bones keep aching and my heart feels cold. But I can't stop singing Kansas City, here I come. Taking the Kansas City train, all the way down. That little place is my favorite town. Taking the Kansas City train, all the way down. There's no need to pack, I'm gonna leave right now. In the middle of the Midwest, it's my hometown. The skyline casts shadows for miles around. The blues are a-playing down by the street, and there ain't no barbecue like that Kansas City meat. Taking the Kansas City train, all the way down. That little place is my favorite town. Taking the Kansas City train, all the way down. There's no need to pack, I'm gonna leave right now. Well, I feel so all alone, nobody cares for me. But I'm gonna make some friends in Kansas City. Oh, I just crossed the station just the other day, and now I can't stop thinking about that Amtrak train. Taking the Kansas City train, all the way down. Oh, that little place is my favorite town. I'm taking the Kansas City train, all the way down. Oh, there's no need to pack, I'm gonna leave right now. Your mind keeps yelling and you're all stressed out. If your eyes keep crying and they won't slow down. If your eyes keep crying and they won't slow down. If your mind keeps yelling and you're all stressed out. There's no need to pack, you can leave right now. I hope you find yourself in my favorite town. Just take the Kansas City train, all the way down. Oh, that little place is my favorite town. Just take the Kansas City train, all the way down. Oh, that little place might be your favorite town. Taking the Kansas City train, all the way down. Oh, that little place is my favorite town. Taking the Kansas City train, all the way down. There's no need to pack, I'm gonna leave right now.
Thank you very much for fulfilling my request.
Yeah, definitely.
As we talked about things going wrong, setting up, like spending hours and hours setting up for things and then getting stuff perfect. And I told you, I guarantee you something is going to go wrong.
Yeah.
Well, that already happened. We lost the camera because the iPad, I think, is probably out of space. It's more than likely what it was because I didn't check it out.
No worries.
That's fine. We got a couple other cameras.
I totally blanked a little on the bridge anyway, so you're all good.
That's all right, man. That's the beauty of this live music thing. I mean, if you were in the coffee shop or something playing that show,
that's what would happen
right now. Yeah, you would be messing up probably. So
this is real. Yeah,
I didn't notice it really.
Okay, good.
I noticed you recovered well.
Thank you. Thank you.
But
very much.
so it was like, I don't know. I doubt anyone else noticed anything.
Yeah.
So
Okay, good.
You're your own worst critic, right?
I try not to point it out because they say that's like more professional.
That's my biggest flaw too. If I make a mistake, I tell people like, "Hey, did you guys hear that mistake?"
I know.
It was a really bad
Did you
mistake.
hear that? They're like, "What? Oh, what?"
Now that you mention it, let me go back and listen to it like 10 times.
Yeah.
So, but hey, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Great song. What we talked a little bit before we came on here. What are your plans for the future with your music?
Oh yeah, plans for the future. So
Now, keep in mind, fast forward in your brain a little bit, about 3 weeks from this very moment, because that's probably when this is going to be out to someone to listen to.
Gotcha.
So let's think about.
So we're in like September.
We're about the first part of September.
Okay,
right now,
first part of September.
in live terms.
Well, I've got a lot of shows coming up, and I'll rewind a little bit. Last year, I think I played like maybe 3 shows. I wasn't really that active with music. And then beginning of this year came around and I was like, I did the whole 24-hour war project that Adam kind of organized with a bunch of other local musicians. And that was just like, man, that was actually a big like motivator for me, because to actually see other musicians like in Kansas City, and like, because before that, I hadn't really talked or like collaborated with anyone really. And so that kind of like motivated me to, finish everything with my EP was already out, but to actually like book shows. And, I got an interview for once, just really go hard with everything music related. So once I did that, I booked more shows. And this year, I've done a lot more. I've got 6 more shows coming up right now. You can actually find the tour dates on my website. That's just heathchurchmusic.com. The biggest one, or one of the ones that I'm really excited for, I guess I should say, is the Summit Arts Fest in downtown Lee Summit. So that's a big deal for me, because that's like, one of my first, paid gigs. And so that's a big deal. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's some amazing artists down there.
When is that?
That is going to be October 14th.
Oh, it's October.
I believe it's October 13th through the 15th, but I'm playing the 14th and the 15th.
It's an outdoor gig?
It's an outdoor gig. I'm going to be there on Saturday and Sunday. The cool thing about it is, so Russian Winter Records is the one who's organizing all the music. Eric Pearson is also going to be there. So, yeah, Eric J is going to be out there because he signed with Russian Winter Records. So I'm excited to play at the same gig that he's going to be at. But there's going to be a lot of people walking around, and there's lots of amazing art to check out, like just really awesome artists out there. I'm actually helping with the website for one of the people who are selling their art there. So, but anyways, on a side note, it's going to be all acoustic.
Quick plug. Anyone who needs web design, Heath Church.
I don't know how much I want to take on, but
hit him up right now. Be the first caller. No.
Yeah, it's going to be all acoustic though. So it's kind of neat that they're doing that. It's going to be a little more challenging, I think.
When you say all acoustic, there's no amplification?
No amp at all.
Oh, wow.
No power, all acoustic. They're going old school. I'm going to have like a tent set up, and I'm just going to be like sitting on a stool playing music for like 2 hours on each of those days. On Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to be out there. So yeah, definitely check me out there. It's going to be cool to play for everyone walking by. I'm excited for that. Kind of my debut in a street performance, I guess, in some ways. Yeah.
Sounds like you're going to turn into every street performance that you do, you should make a YouTube video.
That'd be actually really cool.
And just make it be like a 360.
Like the Matrix?
Yeah, and then just like show people like throwing coins in your guitar case on the street and stuff like that. And then when you get huge, you can be like, hey, I started out on YouTube with these 360 videos.
Started on the streets of Kansas City.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. That's what I'm saying. It'll be cool.
Yeah,
yeah, that'll be cool.
That's like the one that I'm really excited for. I'm really getting ready for that now. And then there's other venues that I'm playing at. I'm going to be playing at Arts Bar KC pretty soon. And hopefully, I think that show will be after this podcast airs. So hopefully I'm not jumping the gun on that. But
cool.
Yeah.
Well, it'll all be on your website, right?
It's all on my website,
So the website URL will stay the same regardless of what time the show comes out.
Yep.
So you can always go heathchurchmusic.com.
Yep.
So you can always check that out.
Also on Instagram at Heath Church Music, and Twitter Heath_Church.
Okay, just don't change that stuff in the next couple of weeks.
I won't. You
Yeah.
know, it's what's funny is like on Twitter, I guess one of the people who listens to my music, I think it was like a college professor, had like tweeted and he was like, "Oh, this is one of my favorite songs in your album," but he tweeted to at Heath Church on Twitter, which is actually the Heath Evangelical Church in Wales.
Oh,
and
wow.
so the
Wow.
church like replied to his tweet and was like, "That's not us. I think you've got the wrong person." And I just thought it was hilarious.
It's crazy how big of a mistake you can make by misspelling one word by like one letter or something. Isn't that crazy?
I really want their username though. Now I'm like
Yeah.
jealous. I can't get Heath Church.
I love it though. Again, man, I really appreciate you coming in here, coming to my house, driving up here from Lee Summit, hanging out with me. Got a brand new car. We got to take a ride in the car today.
Yeah, check out my new whip.
Yeah, it was cool. We listened to, what was it, Big Boss Daddy, the rap.
I showed
It
him
was
some
great.
I've got like classical music next to like underground rap
Yeah.
on my phone. So
Yeah, it was pretty fun drive over there. It was a nice and cool day today as well. So I remember driving this morning. I had the sunroof open. It's just a break from the heat. As it's going to be 91 tomorrow. It doesn't matter. I mean, at the time of the podcast airing, of course, but we're just talking about current events, weather-wise. And I'm rambling a little bit. I think if you're cool with it, I'd like to probably conclude this one, man. But do you got any? Is there any other song that you can play for us to kind of close this thing out?
yeah,
with
sure.
some kind of story about the song,
Oh, you
like
want a good
VH1
story.
Storytellers, right?
Oh man,
Remember that show?
VH1 Storytellers. Yeah, that's pretty. That takes you back a little bit.
We're getting older, man.
It's so weird to be 25. And like, I know Adam's laughing right now because that sounds like a joke to him.
I feel young. I feel like I wish I could be 25.
I wish I could be 25.
Remember when like your parents would say, I wish I was in school still, or stuff like that, and you would just be amazed, like, how could you want that? But it's like now I'm like, when you're saying I'm 25, I'm thinking I wish I was 25, 32, and then people who are 40, 50, I think it just gets worse. I don't know, man. It's just, all I'm saying is that everything that people have said is coming true for me as I get older.
It's weird, yeah.
It is weird.
I mean, it's kind of weird at every stage of your life. Like time passing is just strange.
Yes, sir.
And like your friends group changes, your job changes, where you live changes. But that's one reason why I like music so much, is because the music is just kind of, you've got old songs you can go back to.
Yeah, exactly.
They're always there.
It's fun how you may not feel, like 5 years down the road, you may not feel the same way as the song that, you know, you don't feel emotionally the way you felt at the time of writing the song, but you can still play the song and think it's a good song.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's just like, it's awesome how it just stays true to itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
totally. It's good to it, like, you can go back and play an old song, I feel like, and all of a sudden you get like this intense like nostalgia, like you're like back in that moment for a second, and it's so weird. It's kind of like if you ever have like it sounds weird, like a smell that reminds you of like when you were younger.
Yeah,
or, like,
exactly. You'll
it just,
remember
like,
smells. Yeah.
You just like hits you, and that you're like, you're back there, man. That's
Yeah.
one cool thing about music.
Sometimes I like go into a house that smells like what my house smelled like when I was like 6 or 7 years old. But the time between that, when I was 6 or 7 to now, I'd never smelt that.
Yeah.
It never happened to me until that moment, but I remembered it like perfectly. It took me right back to that time. That's the way music is too. I don't know. It's cool.
It's like my grandma's attic. I always remember how that smelled for some reason.
don't
It's
know
kind of
why.
like this moldy old attic, but it had like a very particular smell to it.
Right? Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
My aunt would give us a flashlight
I
and we'd
don't-
go up there and look around.
I don't think we should like compare the way attic smell to music. It's not, and I said it was the same. It's not really the same, but it was sort of a attempt at a comparison. So.
No, yeah. What I was just saying is like the nostalgia part of it. Like I remember going through my grandma's attic and looking around with a flashlight. Like when I was a kid, it was a thing. They like give us a flashlight and we'd go explore like this giant attic.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
Super fun.
As a kid, you're like, as an adult, that sounds miserable. But as a kid, it's
sounds
like
exhausting
a blast.
now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds. I don't want to climb all those stairs.
I don't want to climb the stairs. I don't want to take the chance of hitting my head on something. I just don't want to. But yeah, childhood, man.
I could trip and break my leg.
Yeah. So, this will be the final song from Heath on KC Tunes N Brews, and it's been quite an honor having you here, man. I mean, we've hung out at the house a few times, but this is the first time that we finally were able to record here. So this is cool that we got to tie it in with the podcast, and everyone keep an eye on Heath Church because I think that you got some potential ahead of you, man.
Hey,
so
thanks, dude.
Just follow those links that he was talking about. Go to his website and link up with him there and go to a show.
Yeah, coming out. And like I always tell people, like, don't be weird about talking to me if you don't know me, because I like meeting new people. I'm not like super outgoing, but I actually do really like talking to people that come to my shows, and there's always some interesting people there, and I love learning about just local people around here. So
yeah, me too. It worked for me. I mean, now we're
Midwestern way.
Now we're here. Yeah, Midwestern modesty.
That's right. I like that. It's like instead of what do they call that? Southern
hospitality.
Southern hospitality. Yeah. I like that. It's like an alternative to that.
Yeah, that is cool. I never thought of it that way.
Because
cool.
We've got like kind of the best of like the North and the South.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But anyways, I digress.
So we're gonna go to the song, and then when the song ends, we're gonna fade out the podcast. We probably won't speak again. So have a good luck with your music, Heath. And
thanks, buddy.
Obviously, we'll be in touch, and I just encourage everyone to check him out there.
Thanks
Follow
again
him
for having me.
Go to a show.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. This is Second in Main. This song is about how people often make love, especially in like the media, make love out to be this like glamorous, happy, exciting, really like it's all like flowers and sunshine kind of thing. But in reality, love is like so much more intense, and it's much darker. It's much grittier than that. And so this is sort of about the darker side of love, and it's called Second in Main. I've walked the world and I've seen it all, the pretty ones and the ugly too. Of course the streets from night to day seem deadly as falling old oaks way. Never known a joy quite like pain. I've only kissed a few who could take it away, take it away. But if the sun goes down over Second in Main, tomorrow where the soul blood stain, wear with pride so they know I tried. Fought my best with a hole in my chest. The world is drowning, can't you see it drown? I'm tired of spinning round and round, rounds and rounds. But I am just a vagabond. Listen to my lonesome song. Listen to each quiet note. Let me ease your heavy load. Maybe with my simple tune I can let a little sunlight through to you. 'Cause I wanna know you, wanna hold you, wanna be the one who's always on your mind. Wanna give you comfort to never feel cold inside. The sun goes down over Second in Main, tomorrow where the soul blood stain, wear with pride so they know I tried. Fought my best with all my chest. The world is drowning, can't you see it drown? I'm tired of swimming round and round, round and rounds. But when the day finally comes, I will be the last one to lay down. But I am just a vagabond. Listen to my lonesome song. Listen to each quiet note. Let me ease your heavy load. Maybe with my simple tune I could let a little slide through to you. 'Cause I wanna know you, wanna hold you, wanna be the one that's always on your mind. Wanna give you comfort so you never feel cold inside. Some people they like to think that love is all roses and pink. My love is dark, my love is deep, my love's got layers underneath. And if you let me in, I'll be here till the very end. My love is dark, my love is deep, my love's got layers underneath. And if you let me in, I'll be here till the very end.